Okay guys, I am back. Sorry about that. Anyway, like I said, I've got a memory problem, so I'm trying to be as brief as I could and yet as informative as possible. So you can imagine the pressure that I'm feeling right now as I'm filming this video. Okay, so now yeah, that's basically that with the TCAI system. I think that's the name of the system. So you're gonna have all the other students there, and you'll be reading some stuff, sharing ideas, sharing opinions, commenting on each other as ideas and opinions or point of views. So yeah, you're gonna go through. It has steps like page 1, page 2, something like that. So you have to finish the whole thing, the whole module. I don't know what they call it, but yeah, whatever that's in that system. There's 1 of 5, 1 of 6 to 1 of blah blah till the last page. So you have to do it every day, and there is a mark allocation for that. And if I remember correctly, they do give you time to finish. They give you a time frame to finish that. So yeah, so you have to do it. It has some activities that you're gonna be doing in there. So yeah, that's basically about teaching practicals 1, right? So they also teach you how to do lesson plans, because now they're preparing you for the teaching practicals 2. That's where you're gonna be doing the practicals. So the teaching practicals 1 last for five weeks, and it's the same with the teaching practicals too. They last for 5 weeks. So yeah, then you do all of that. You get, as time goes on, you get your points. They give you your marks. You can see like, okay, in this lesson observation report I did well or I didn't do well, and the lecturer will just correct you, will tell you what to improve and stuff like that. Yeah, teaching practicals 1 was quite boring for me. I didn't enjoy it as much. And then now let's move on to teaching practicals 2 before my phone cuts me off again. So with the teaching practicals 2, you would have gotten a school, and then they're going to give you a lesson observation report. So you are going to observe teachers at the school that you will be doing your practicals at. With me, I did mine online, so I had to observe the teacher that's teaching the kids online, which was quite interesting. I think I watched about 2 videos and I had to submit my teaching practicals. I mean my observation reports, right? And then shortly after that, you are gonna be starting with your practicals. The school will give you the topic. They will give you the times that you should be available for those practicals. And then yeah, you have to prepare your lesson plan, and you're gonna have this evaluation form where they are going to evaluate your teaching. So in my case, right, I did it online. So what I'll do, I'll have one person from that school, maybe the teacher or the head of department, observing my class. We'll be on Zoom meeting together. Or maybe I'll just, if they are too busy, I'll just record it, and then they're gonna watch it by themselves whenever, because they save the recordings for students that are not available on that day. Let's say you are an online student but you are not available, maybe you are sick, or maybe there's load shedding, you cannot join. So they have recordings, so the students can always refer back to that, right? So yeah, the head of department or the teacher of such subject will have a look at my teaching and give a feedback, and with that feedback I have to send it back to my TOGI lecturer, and then the TOGI lecturer gets to give me points, right? And then when you do your practicals part 2, do make sure that the students interact. That is very important. Don't be the only person talking. Ask them questions. Let them ask you questions. Have interactive activities, like you can find some online links where you can let them maybe do quiz questions for reviews, or something like that. But there should be interaction with the students. Don't just be the only one talking, because now especially when you are online, it's easy for you to be the only one talking, because you don't know whether they are looking at you. They normally switch off their videos, right? You're the only one talking on the video, but they are listening. So you have to make sure from time to time that they interact. You have to make sure like you give them things, important things that they should look at, give them some homework to do, right? Yeah, that's basically that. And after that, it's TOGI wants you to do at least minimum of 11 lessons. Yeah, at least the minimum of 11 lessons. You can do as many as possible, but the minimum should be 11. So when I did mine online, it was about 45 minutes to 1 hour lesson, so it depends on the topic as well. So yeah, they'll give me topics that students are struggling with or they need more revision on. So those are the topics that they'll give me. So when they give me a topic, I have to go and prepare the lesson plan. I have to make sure I prepare my PowerPoint, because now I'm doing it online, I'm not doing in a real class. So even my activities with the students where they can interact and we can have a discussion maybe. So yeah, so my job is to make sure that I have a lesson plan, and I have to hand it over before I start with my lesson. So I have to teach according to the lesson plan. So for example, if you've done business studies, there's forms of ownership. Maybe they might say do forms of ownership, right? Forms of ownership, private company and public company, or partnership, or do all 5 forms of ownership. Do advantages and disadvantages. And it's important to also to show that you really understand the subject, the ins and the outs. You tell them like, oh, this question is likely to come in an essay form, or is likely to come in a scenario form, right? So even the marks allocation, and you must tell them you need to take note of this. It's very important what they need to pay attention on. So yeah, that's basically that about the teaching practicals part 1 and part 2. I think part 2 is very exciting. I enjoyed it because I get to teach. I don't get to teach English as I'm doing this side. I get to teach business studies and EMS. So it's like a new challenge. And yeah, my students were really nice. They were like, first time I was very nervous, but then yeah, I had to pick myself up, because like, yeah, it's being recorded, right? And you're gonna get feedback on that. So if you do really well with your practicals part 2, you can score really nice points, very, very good points.